Good morning YouTube, welcome back to another video on this channel. So today is really going to be a deep dive into the Sony ZV E10. This really was marketed as a vlogging camera when it first came out, and it's been absolutely fantastic for me in my photography, videography and making content journey over the past year and a bit. Like I said, I've had this camera for around a year now and it's been absolutely fantastic for me. It's done a lot of wonders in teaching me how cameras work, how mirrorless sort of systems work as well, coming into my first sort of mirrorless cameras from DSLR, and also it's given me a little bit more confidence when vlogging, because if you're vlogging with your phone, if people walk past, you can like put it down and style it out that you weren't really filming yourself. But when you have this out and you've got a mic on it and a massive lens, people are going to be looking, but you've really just got to style it out and think, I'm going to walk past them in 10 seconds, they're going to forget about me. So getting this camera out, whipping it out, gets a bit more confidence when you're filming YouTube videos. So do I recommend this camera, and do I think people should buy it? I'm going to get into that in the video later, so you're going to have to stick around for that. But yeah, I really am going to get into a deep dive into this camera, the hardware, some of the lenses that you can use for it, and really sort of how it's treated me over the past year. I'm not going to dabble anymore. Let's get into the video. Okay, so getting into the sort of the hardware part section of this video, I've really just chucked this 50mm lens on here just to sort of show you how aesthetically pretty this camera can look. This lens really has nothing to do with the video, but we'll leave it on there. So what you can see here, we've got the Sony ZV E10. If you've just bought the camera or if you're buying the camera, this is what it's going to look like. Unfortunately, this camera doesn't come with the best lens in the world. This camera comes with this lens, as you can see here. It is a 50mm zoom lens from Sony, as you can see there. Power zoom, you can zoom in and out. To be honest with you, it's just not the greatest quality lens out there. If you're looking to get into content creation and you want to create stunning sort of pictures or video quality, you're really not going to get sort of the desired effects with that necessarily. However, not saying that that limits you to what you can achieve if you keep that lens on this camera. I'm a camera nerd and I like to have a lot of camera equipment. So as you can see here, we've got the ZV E10 4K. So this camera does shoot 4K video capability and it's absolutely fantastic. As you can see here, you've also got a little rotating screen. Oh look, you can see my camera rig there. We've got a little rotating screen. If you're doing some videos there, like, or you need to be pointing it over there for some reason, but you need to be straight forward, you've got that going straight forward, and then you've got the sort of camera lens pointing the other way. If like me, you like to shoot your photography sort of like this, you can look down. Obviously that's essentially your viewfinder because this camera does not come with one, and you're just looking through that sort of screen there at what you're taking the photo of. So having an adjustable screen is a really great capability for a camera that only costs around sort of £800 to £900. It's fantastic, especially for if you're vlogging. So if you're like me and you've just got into vlogging and you really want to be able to see yourself, obviously you can't do that when you're on a phone or on a camera that doesn't. So yeah, like I said, if you're vlogging and you really need this screen here, it's ideal for sort of beginner YouTubers and vloggers to be able to see themselves in the screen, know where you're pointing the camera, and just making sure that you've got yourself in shot or other people that may come into the video later on. So having this screen is really great, and another reason why I recommend the ZV E10 if you're starting out. If you're sort of new to cameras or you don't really know that much about them, as you can see, this camera is quite skinny. This is because the camera is mirrorless and it doesn't have mirrors in it. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but it doesn't have mirrors in it. So this basically means that you've got a much skinnier body and it produces just as high quality content, videos and photos alike. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. When I was first shopping out for this camera, I wasn't necessarily looking for something that was Sony, but this came along as something that could produce high quality photo and video, which is something that I need as a sort of content creator who doesn't have the most money in the world and needs to do photo and video for a football team and for his own little videos that he makes at home. That's really mostly about the hardware of this camera. What I'm going to do now is just bring a couple of lenses in for you lot to see that you can have if you're buying this camera. So when I got my camera, I bought it off Curry's PC World in the UK, and it came in a sort of little kit bundle where you get this 200mm zoom lens. So as you can see, it zooms quite far distance, and this has been probably the best thing for my photography that I've used, because when you do football photography, you're quite far away a lot of the time, so you need something that is going to be able to zoom a really far away, and that has been absolutely fantastic for me. I don't have the money to pay sort of £1,200 for a second-hand lens that can zoom in the furthest distance or a lot better quality picture. This is all I can afford, and it's done me wonders. If you want to go over to my Instagram, pictured by SJ, I'll leave it in the description down below, and you can sort of see the kind of quality that these cameras can produce. Everything you'll see in there is literally shot on this body with this lens. So fantastic, really can't knock it. As you may have seen in one of my other videos, I reviewed this 16mm prime lens. This is for you vloggers out there, and is another sort of fantastic addition to this camera because it allows you to get the sort of picture that you're going to get with this. Nowhere near as zoomed in as what you'd get with this, but it's a lot better quality being a prime lens. It was also dirt cheap as well. I want to say about 80 quid. And yeah, it's really just done me wonders having this little lens here. And yeah, so this is sort of my camera lens arsenal right now. We've got the 50mm, we've got the telephoto lens here for further away videos or sort of content creation in the world of photography, etc. We've got the 50mm prime lens, which is, as I stated in one of my other videos, a fantastic lens for sort of storytelling YouTube, making sort of film quality with this camera, and the little vlogging lens, as you can see there. So this is what I'm rocking at the moment, and I'd probably say I get the most use out of this one right now because I've found when making content, it's the kind of lens that sort of suits everything I need. Finally, on the externals of this camera, before we get back to outroing this video, I've got a little mic here, as you can see. I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, that's the brand, Movo. So when I was searching for a new microphone for this camera, I was obviously looking at the Rode ones, but I just didn't have the money at the time. So this is a budget level sort of camera setup that you're seeing right here, but it delivers great picture quality and great sound, so I really can't complain. This mic, as you can see, just screws onto the top of the camera and plugs into the side, and it muffles out the wind with this little thing here. It's a fantastic mic, it works perfectly for me, and it's just a great way to up your video quality if you're looking to get into vlogging. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, this camera has done me a lot of justice in my sort of YouTube and content creation journey. It's taught me a lot of lessons, and it was quite cheap. I think it cost me around £800 to £900, and that's buying it with a telephoto lens, which is a massive 200mm lens for my football photography purposes, but you saw that lens in the little comparison that I just done. So buying it as a bundle probably cost me around £800 to £900, but I had a little discount, so I managed to get a few £100s off of it. But if you're looking to buy it, I'll leave a link in the description down below. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to be taking this camera on a lot more travels with me this year. I'm going to America soon, so it's going to be fantastic. So many more videos coming out about it. And yeah, if you're enjoying the photography content, stick around, but that's not all this channel is going to be about. But I'm starting in content creation in YouTube, and a lot more people are like me, and they want to feel sort of that they can relate to someone similar. This is a great camera to buy. Go buy it if you have the money to. If not, save up for it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.